how are people expected to look at this man who's supposedly leading us, and not be taken aback once again by something as critical as, listen, the island's gone. The island is gone.
Looks like a nuclear bomb.
It's horrendous.
And thousands of people are still missing. Thousands.
Yes,
so
yes.
the toll is
That's the
going to
thing.
get higher and higher and higher.
I don't think people disagree. I think about folks in my own.
As a black person, that's what
Yeah.
I mean
well,
to
yeah.
say. As somebody who's black, who's often told, well, you know, you're just saying he's a racist. I'm not just saying he's a racist. I've always said he was racist.
No, but he is.
Now, I mean.
Yeah. But the juxtaposition of hypothetically inviting Al Qaeda to Camp David at the same time should not whatever terrorists, any terrorists of any kind. We didn't do it as a hot topic, but what I thought it was a joke, and then I started screaming at my husband because the idea of doing it this close to 9/11, and at the same time you're saying these people are gang members. You can juxtapose it anytime you want, but it should be infuriating. The kind of people you're going to let in. You're okay with terrorists. You're not okay with refugees from a hurricane.
And the thing is, Whoopi, we were talking about it during the morning meeting when he said these are very bad people, drug dealers, gang members. And I turned to Whoopi and I said, well, is there any evidence of that?
No.
Because I'm thinking maybe he has some drug statistics. Maybe he has some gang violence statistics.
There was a warning issued at
but that was
February.
about like sexual assault and robbery.
But again,
I've been to the Bahamas a ton, as I think most people do. It's a gorgeous, safe country, islands, whatever.
But I think about people, and we all have people in our family and friends that voted for Trump. And I can't think of anyone. You don't know one person that did, or friends?
I thought you said family.
No, I said friends or people in your life that voted for Trump.
And you know who they are? They're the ones that say, I don't want to talk about politics. Those are the ones that say...
No, that's not true. That is not true. That is not true. I just had my in-laws stay at my apartment.
Well, that's your family, but in general.
But they represent a lot of people that I've spoken to around the country that voted for Trump, but they see this and that makes them sick. And this is where we are right now, that we can't put everyone, when he says that, in the Trump bucket of they stand by it and they would say the same thing.
Here's why it's tricky for people. And I think, remember during the march, folks were marching and people said, my brain is split. I know. Charlottesville. And people said, well, you can't mark us as the people who feel the same way as the Trump people do.
Right.
And what folks said to them was, when you're marching with people who are holding signs that say, you know, we don't want to...
Jews will not replace us.
Jews will not replace... If you're marching amongst them, it's hard to tell you apart. So I think it's very difficult for people who may have voted for Trump, who thought he was going to do something different. It's hard for them
and they tell me that.
Yes, I think it's very hard. But this is one of the things that you have to say to yourself, do I want this to be how people see the opposition? You know, as the opposition becomes so horrible that we are no longer even able to look at something and say, this is wrong. There are things that we see in this administration that we know are wrong, that don't fit any conceivable concept of anything we've been raised with.
And can that voter stand up and say, it is wrong and I will no longer be complicit?
Well, that was the point.
They won't.
That was the point, yes.
But I do think one thing that has always happened, at least with and I hear you very clearly, is that I'm obviously a Republican, very conservative. You've never treated me in any way but obviously incredibly respectful. And there are ways to have these conversations in a respectful way, but unfortunately, it's not happening from the top down.
Yes, it's not.
And I think that's what complicates things when those of us are trying to move the needle, especially in conservative circles, towards a different direction.
You're a Republican and you're a conservative.
I'm a hardcore conservative.
I know that, but you're not a Trump supporter. There's a difference. Have you seen any...
We gotta go.